Welcome to Portland. Happy to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been looking forward to this for quite some time.
Have you followed the studio for a while? Have you seen some of the performances we've had here over the years?
So it's funny because I was just talking to Ron about this. So no joke, no BS. Like I've seen so many of them through the years, long before I got my record deal, and like that's why it's special for me to be here because I've watched countless
shows,
performances right here, thinking like, man, like before I did the radio tour, did the whole thing, I'm doing that now, and it's like, so it's awesome. It's a big honor for me to be here.
Oh, well, we're happy to have you. And the door is always open. Anytime you want to come back, feel free. Trust me.
Man, I appreciate it.
Man, that guitar playing, a little crazy. Like you're giving Keith Urban a challenge these days.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Brad Paisley, maybe?
Those are big shoes, man. I don't know about
Some
that.
of your influences, maybe?
Yeah, I grew up on Keith, definitely, and a lot of 90s country. I'm sure we have some 90s country fans out here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sonically, it was such a sound, especially guitar-wise. So that's what hooked me since I started playing guitar when I was 6. And
yeah, what enticed you to pick up the guitar at age 6? Was it laying around the house? Was it a grandfather's that you just decided, I'm going to play with this thing, see what happens?
So my folks got me a drum set, and I was probably like 3. And then shortly after, they got me a guitar, and I couldn't figure out why. And then later, I figured out I have 2 older brothers. I drove the whole house crazy, probably with drums. But no, they got me a guitar as well because I was musical. They saw that, and I just took to it. And it was 6 years old, and I had a handful of lessons, but not really. And it sounds crazy to say, but it's true. It's like I feel like I was born to do this because it's all I've done. It's just.
You mentioned family, brothers. Does anybody else musically inclined as well?
Nobody in the family.
Really?
Nobody in the family.
God said, "This is you, boy. It's all you."
It's a guy. That's exactly right, man. It's a total God thing. That's just the only way to explain it.
That's incredible. I love
Do
that.
you play?
Story. I try. I cannot strum or pick like that. I can play a rhythm.
We should have got you up to do one.
No. I don't want to embarrass. I don't want to embarrass you and myself. I mean, I'm good at the G and the D and the C chord. That's it. But I mean, I watch an artist play and listening and watching you play that. I'm like, man, if you picked up a 12 string like Melissa Etheridge, that would be incredible to see.
I don't have one of those, but I need to get one.
Oh,
I love how they sound. They're so full.
Yeah, it's incredible. Speaking of your record deal, I love this story about you, and we talked about this once before, is that you went to Belmont University. At age 19, you went to Nashville from Pennsylvania, and you were doing your thing. But a professor at Belmont kept taking your music and giving it to the Sony artist and said, you got to find this guy. And that's how you got your record deal.
It's crazy. It's from... I always thought Belmont is a school for music business, among many other things. But that's kind of the thing in Nashville in terms of universities and studying the music business. So I went there, and one of the professors was she worked at a record label, and she said, or the last day of the final or something, I handed the final in, and she said, Ben, I remember on first day of class. We go around and say that, what everybody wants to do. You said you're a country artist and you tour and stuff on the weekends. But she said, what stood out to me was that you didn't push music on me like every other student in town.
How funny.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, I just always thought those things, you kind of have to happen, know, in the right way. You have to be persistent, but at the same time, and she said, that's what makes me want to hear your music.
That's cool.
So it's like, that's how it worked out. It's crazy. Never know.
Do you still stay in touch with her?
I do, yeah.
Is she still in the business?
No, she retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you ever go back and take her a set of flowers or cake?
Oh, totally.
And say,
we talked several times. It's crazy. I mean, it's the people and connections. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some friends that have also taught at Belmont as professors, like coming up and new students. Yeah, Chris Lamb is one of them. Oh, yeah. And how to get into the business and what you want to do as a musician or as a promoter or as a manager. They teach you all these different things, which is cool. So when I saw this, and we talked about this once before, I thought, man, that is a really cool experience to be able to have somebody that works in the industry that could say, well, I might know somebody, which definitely helps.
That's right. No doubt.
For sure. Obviously, we want to get to know a lot more about you from Pennsylvania. And I saw that you had a moment when you went to a little fast food joint in Oklahoma that you just wrote songs and just whatever inspired you from that fast food joint. I don't know what it was. Was it like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell? Do you remember?
Small town USA, man.
Yeah.
It was a Sonic.
Yeah, it was a Sonic. Okay,
Every
good.
small town has a Sonic.
We have 2 of them here in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. One in Beaverton and one in Vancouver, so it's great.
That's the thing about songwriting, man. It's like you never know. You never know what's gonna trigger something, an idea, and maybe I may not be going through something exactly how the song is at that time in my life, but somebody else is, and if they can latch onto a lyric, if they're feeling something to connect with it, I think that's the power of music, especially country music, man, because country music's always been driven by the lyric,
right?
And it's so relatable, and I think that's what sets the genre apart from
absolutely
every other genre, really.
100%. When you get in the writer rooms, do you get a little bit nervous with some of the people that you're walking in? Because I saw that you wrote a co-write with Carlton Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Who, Carlton, for a while, had some smashes going on, and he was doing his thing, but he's now more into the songwriting than
And he's
the
still
singer.
playing, man. Me and Carlton are best friends.
Okay, good.
We write a lot of songs together. I'll play a couple that I wrote with him tonight.
Okay.
But yeah, so me and him write a lot of songs together. But sometimes it's in the middle of the day, and then sometimes it's like in the middle of the night. Somebody will text each other with a lyric and build a song around that. But
That's funny. Do you ever get that call at like 2 a.m? Go, I just found the perfect lyric. It just hit me. Have you ever had that happen?
Sometimes I'm on the receiving end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? It's 3 a.m. But then, you know, or tossing and turning at night, you know, and then it's like before he's like, try to find a notepad to put it down, but just put it, you know, on your phone. But 3
Yeah.
a.m, and my wife's like, what are you doing? That light is so bright. You know, it's a song lyric, man.
It's like those commercials for State Farm. It's Jake from State Farm. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
What are you wearing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's get to know a couple things about you really quick. 5 and 15 is what I call this. Biggest fear?
Oh, drowning.
Mine too. I can get in the ocean and swim and surf and have a great time, even get behind the boat surfing, but for some reason, I just have this fear of drowning. I don't know what it is.
Ocean at night kind of freaks me out.
At nighttime, yes. I don't know if I can get in there, knowing that they're sharks and they could be right there, especially at dark. Number 2, favorite hobbies?
Hunting and fishing.
Hunting and fishing. What kind of fishing? Bass fishing, trout fishing, just
Bass
fishing in general?
Yeah. I've not saltwater fished that much, but I hear there's good fishing up here.
There is.
Next time we need to got to carve some time out.
Yeah, definitely.
Next time
we have plenty of fishermen in the area that love to take the tours out with groups, and it's a blast. We have sturgeon fish that are like this ancient dinosaur-looking
I know all
fish.
about them.
They're huge.
I know all about them. I never caught one though.
Yeah. And then, obviously, with both the rivers, we have salmon fishing. It's out of control. It's crazy. Number 3, guilty pleasures.
Oh man, this isn't really guilty pleasure, but I eat French fries like once a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know that was the most delivered food in 2022 so far, according to DoorDash today?
Because of me.
Probably so. Yeah. Probably so. And I thought to myself, why French fries? Like, if you don't eat them in 5 minutes, they're cold or stale and they don't taste the same.
No,
Like
and
when
you can't heat them up.
No.
Does anybody heat up fries?
Tried. Air fryer?
I do like an air fryer.
Doesn't work right. It's strange. All right. First job.
First job, mowing grass.
Really?
My only job.
Landscaper?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you have the push mowers or did you have the 3-point, what are they? I forget what they're called. The turn steers or whatever?
Zero turn. I
Zero
didn't
turn.
have one of them at the time. Push mower. So this is a true story. Mowing grass all up when I was probably I guess early high school is when I started mowing grass, and I saved up, bought my first truck. My only truck, I still drive it. 1998 Ford Ranger.
Wow.
$6,000 cash from mowing lawns.
That's
Laid it right
awesome.
out at this old man's table. As he was the only owner. And I'm still driving it. It's my daily driver.
Really? You can
There's
hang
a
on to
crack in the windshield like you wouldn't believe. I sing about it in one of these songs you'll hear.
That's great.
And it's like, hey, man, if it ain't broke,
Don't fix it.
I've never had a car payment.
Yeah. You're saving yourself lots of money right there.
Watch it break down next week.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I just jinxed myself. You need to hook up with Chris Lane because he was a landscaper as well.
Was he?
Yeah, and he's now got this giant farm, and he bought the zero-turn mowers, but he's got this special thing that goes on the back. So when he mows, he does it on TikTok and Instagram, that it actually looks like Yankee Stadium. He's got
it's a
this
stripe kit.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, they're badass.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
one.
And it's the 2 different shades. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's incredible. My neighbors hate me because my yard is perfect in the neighborhood.
We're geeking out about cutting grass up here, okay?
Well, I was going to ask the last question, what would be the first biggest purchase when you finally get on tour with Keith Urban and Brad Paisley, and because you're just going to kill it? We all know that. But obviously the question would be a new truck.
110%.
Silverado or a Ford F-150?
Ford, man.
All right, you're a Ford guy.
I'm a Ford guy through and through.
I love it.
When I get that truck, I'm sending you a picture, Dave.
I want to see it because I got my Ford, and I'm proud of it.
You're a Ford guy.
I am a Ford guy. Yeah, love them. So we'll share it, and we'll maybe go for a ride tonight later on.
Fantastic.
I'll let you drive it. It's
Fantastic.
funny. You want to hear some more music? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for Mr. Ben Gallaher.
Thank you.